I literally just stared at a blank wall for almost an hour. Sounds like kind of a big waste of time. But here's the thing. It honestly gave me so much more clarity than I have gotten by just grinding or doing anything else in that amount of time. Let me break it down why. Our lives are just absolutely jam-packed with information. For instance, you are currently watching me consuming some content while probably trying to multitask as well. Every single day, we're scrolling through social media, answering emails, watching videos, keeping up with notifications. It's like your brains are honestly on just constant treadmill, like a little hamster wheel just spinning around of constant input, and there's never really a pause button. And here's the thing, your caveman brain wasn't built for this type of stimulation. Neuroscience shows that when we're constantly consuming information, the brain doesn't get the chance to properly process it. That's where the default mode network, or the DMN for short, comes into play. The DMN is a part of your brain that activates when you're not focused on any specific task, when you're actually just resting, daydreaming, and just letting your mind wander. The DMN is responsible for some of your brain's most important features like creativity, which is making connections between ideas, problem solving, finding solutions to things you've been stuck on, or self-reflection, understanding your emotions, goals, and the bigger picture. The kicker is, if you never slow down, your DMN just actually never gets activated. This means that all the noise in your head, it just piles up. You're not processing, you're just drowning in input. And that's why so many of us feel just overwhelmed and stuck. So now, what does this have to do with staring at a wall? Well, it's because it forces you to actually just stop. You're not taking in any input. When you stare at a blank wall, there's nothing to react to. There's no notifications, there's no TikTok videos, no to-do list is staring at you. It's just you alone with your thoughts. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of weird. Your brain will resist, or at least mine did. I kept thinking I should check my phone, or this is such a waste of time, but I also do think I might have ADD. But after a few minutes, something incredible actually happened. My thoughts, they started to slow down. The noise started to fade, and my mind just kind of began to start organizing itself. It was like giving your brain a chance to just finally breathe. What was happening was my brain started entering the default mode network. With no external input coming in, the brain starts connecting dots and solving problems on its own. It's the mental equivalent to taking a giant breath after holding your breath underwater. I would be lying if I told you it didn't suck. My brain was all over the place for a good chunk of it, and I was thinking about everything I shouldn't be thinking about. It felt pointless, and I was really close to giving up. But then something kind of started to shift. Around like the 15-20 minute mark, my thoughts just began to calm down. My mind started to slow down, and things felt a lot different. They felt good. It was like a spring cleaning in my brain, just tossing out the junk and holding on to what actually matters. By the time that 50-minute mark hit, I felt a moment of clarity, something that I honestly have not felt in such a long time based on how busy things have been recently. And the best part about it is I didn't force it. I didn't have to do anything. I literally just sat there. Turns out, for our bodies and our brains, all we needed was just a little bit of quiet. And definitely not social media. Look, I already hear you right now. I can honestly hear your comments right now saying, who the hell has 50 minutes to just sit in front of a wall? I barely have time to get the stuff done that I want to do right now. I'm not going to waste this much time doing this. I'm not saying you need to stare at a wall for 15 minutes every single day or even once. I know that's unrealistic for more people, but just 5 to 10 minutes of intentional stillness can honestly make such a huge impact on your life. The key is to remove distractions completely. Turn your phone off, step away from your computer, and just sit in complete silence. It doesn't have to be a wall you're staring at. It could be sitting on your porch, lying in bed. The point is to stop consuming and just let your brain have some quiet time to itself. When you do this regularly, you'll start to notice a difference. You'll feel less overwhelmed, you'll feel more focused, and more in control of your thoughts. And the best part is, it doesn't cost you anything. No fancy apps, no expensive tools, just you and a blank wall. Honestly, it also could be a complete waste of time. I'm not gonna lie. This is my personal experience, but everyone's experience can differ. But either way, what do you actually have to lose? Are you really missing out on sitting on your couch and watching television or scrolling through social media for an hour? or just over analyzing in your brain, give it a shot. You might actually be surprised with what happens. So real quick, if it's late, get dressed to bed or go read a book until you fall asleep. If it's not so late or that's not something you're trying to do right now, then click the video that appears. Don't know which way it does. It is honestly one of the most life-changing things that I've ever listened to. This is one of the first things that got me on this journey of self-improvement and has really helped with my productivity. It's helped in terms of how much money I'm making. It's helped every aspect of every relationship in my life currently, from being a better husband to a better dad to a better boss to a better business partner, all of it. So I highly recommend, check it out. Appreciate the support. I wish all y'all nothing but success. Peace.